Steel strings wail, thunder roar, battered heart, open source, weight of lies, pulling tight. You're the darkness in my night.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. It is the Vertical Night, Thursday, 7/17/25. July 17th, 2025. Welcome to Goof On. Glad you could make it tonight. And I'm excited about tonight's show. Got a good one. You know, I know it's kind of old news. Maybe some of you haven't heard it, but we never really talked about it. Jake Barber claiming he can summons UFOs, not just any old UFOs, mind you. The egg! Hey, he could scramble, he could boil, he could broil, he could fry, he could Benedict Arnold. He's an egg guy now. He's the guy. All right. This has got to... During the show, I'm going to snooze you. Okay. You snooze for doing that to me. There you go. Snooze for the text during the show. You know I go live, so why you bugging me now? I'm gonna... So, you know, I like to also tonight show you examples of lies, of UFO sightings that really shouldn't even be. Now, in the thumbnail, well, they shouldn't be talked about. In the thumbnail, though, there is next to Jake Barber on the right side, there's a couple of white objects, and that's from a third phase of moon video they just put up. This is a good one, and I want to show you because the object on the bottom seems like it's connecting to the one on top. Now, I keep hearing everybody say this when they watch a video now. I don't know if it's AI or CGI, but it looks real to me. We're there. We have officially upgraded from drones, planes, balloons, flares, Chinese lanterns, satellites, ruined ufology, right? But it really got bad. And CGI got involved, and then the drones. CGI's been out for a minute, I know. But the drones really started to make me not believe a lot of the stuff anymore. And then AI. It's so hard to tell what's real. It's AI CGI on roids. Chicken Coop Confidential donated $2. E.T. said, "Found home." Jake said, "Film me lying." I don't know why he sounded that way. Hey! Look at how they do this. The longer you write, the more I gotta... Ow! I did legs tonight, so I'm really sore. All right. Hey, thank you very much, CCC, to Triple C, who is also Lucian, the intro-outro maker of Broke Me In, Broke Me Down, Shove It In and Shove It Down. UFOs, I feel like a clown. Oh. You know I love it. Thank you very much for the support, as always. A continuing supporter of Goof On. And if anybody else wants to help support the Truthology for Ufology edition of Ufology, I know it's hard for some of you to believe it, but it's true. And you know, Never, I'm not going to say it. But also, all the links are in the show description if you want to help keep us afloat. I promise you, we need your help. It's okay, you know. And I'm probably going to be doing away with, I don't know, StreamYard, not StreamYard, but the Melon. And I'm going to probably use OBS. And because it's free for me. And I can do these streams and make the screens any size I want. So the only thing that's going to be different with me using the OBS is I won't be able to highlight chats like I do and comments, but they'll be on the screen anyway. So we'll all be able to see it. I'll make the screen show it because I can design it any way I want. Look at this. David Wilcox, not Wilcox, welcome to the show, has gifted 5 memberships. That's unbelievable. What's this? Well, that's not very nice. Why? Oh. Oh, thank you very much. There you go. Space Cadet received the membership. It'll keep ringing everybody who's got them. Thank you. Hey, FAP, you finally landed one, man. Thank you so much for being here to get that. Nagrok received one. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. Hey, Bob Birkin's got one. Yo, what's up? 2 B's are better than 1. Boobies. What's up, SL? How you doing? That was a really nice thing for you to do. I like this one. Do not donate. That's the actual name of the guy. It's funny. There's all kinds. Andy Cowley, how you been, man? Good to see you guys. Billy McCallan, how you doing? Good to see you. Welcome. Glenn Collins, my man. How you doing, brother? Yeah. We're doing the vertical stream. This is the one I might do 1 or 2 a month. This is the night we're doing one. Brooke is, huh? Yeah? Whoop. Welcome. Brian Yates. Yates. Welcome to the show. All right, let's get started. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do, and we actually do have a big show tonight. David Wilcox, not Wilcox. He's here. He's 7 o'clock. Oh, David. I don't know what I was going to say, but let's get started. There's a thunderstorm outside, and the power hasn't gone out. All these violent storms, well, it did go out the other day or yesterday, but it was like for a minute or 20. All right, so tonight, we're going to go right into it. Jake Barber. So let's do this. Let me refresh there. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to play these clips. See, this is what I like about tonight, why I did the vertical tonight, because there really isn't anything you need to look at and analyze. This is a lot of listening and pretty much listening, you know. So I want to start and work our way in. We're going to work on the outside. And we're going to go into the topic slowly is what I'm trying to say, but not too slow. Michael Phillip at Third Eye Drops on X posted this yesterday. I just saw it today. Are UFOs an autoimmune response from a hidden control system that lurks deep within our oceans? Perhaps even with human consciousness? So what is he saying? What do they mean by that? Autoimmune. Are UFOs an autoimmune response? Oh, is it just automatically? Yeah, I'm thinking like my autoimmune system. I'm like, how does that have to do with my health? So stupid. See, this is why you gotta be smart. All right, so let's listen to this. Because the reason I'm doing this, like I said, I'm going to work on the outside. Come on in. Different viewpoints And people in this field say things that may be the truth, and then they get overlooked because, oh, God forbid, Lou Eliganzo says something, or, Jeremy Corbell says something. Then what you said the day before gets put on the bottom of their important stuff. And then it gets lost in the shuffle, which is why UFO history cannot be erased and cannot be forgotten. Lou Eliganzo wishes we could just erase everything before 2016, right? Let's forget it all. And we'll start here. We'll use all my tactics, my belief system, which is none. We'll use my, way of thinking. All right, let's get this video. I'm going to play this. Are UFOs an autoimmune response from a hidden control system? So, did we go by and activate this autoimmune response? Did we somehow trigger it? That it lurks deep in the oceans? Did we do it with bombs, or did we do it with our boats? Perhaps even with human consciousness. Did we think it to have an Hey, by the way, what is the autoimmune response? Anybody know? There is none. Or there are none. Or there hasn't been any. There's a response? Where? I didn't know that. No. Let's hear this.
Have I talked to you about like the system theory? In the 4chan Whistleblower talks about these mobile construction units that live underwater and create these craft that are built to spec and then act as this monitoring system to make sure that everything's going well. These intelligences that are controlling this system behind it all are just trying to make sure that life progresses and that life exists in the universe. Like, that's their goal. There might be some type of war game scenarios as well happening, right? We've heard of this. We've heard of Operation Interloper, essentially driving these nukes out into the middle of the ocean to see if they can trigger some type of response. Now, if you're an intelligent species, you're not going to fall for that twice. These aren't fish, right? So if you're out there psionically or war games or whatever it is, trying to attract this phenomenon, I don't believe that what we're interacting with is the intelligence behind the phenomenon. I think what we're triggering is some type of autoimmune response.
But how? How? Get rid of that. How? Lockheed Martin created the orbs. Veritas Equitas says they run, the orbs, they scatter because of inertial electrostatic containment fusion. Say what? I can't even argue with you there because I don't know. You might be right. How do you know? How do you know? Do you have evidence? Can you send me anything? Do you have any documentation that's actually saying, yes, we've got this way of sending shock waves with electrostatic impulses, or like an EMT or an EMP? And oh, we're going to send you out first responders. Yeah, and maybe it's an EMP, electromagnetic pulse. Good one, Veritas Equitas. Very cool. Hey, Jeanette, became a member again. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's Thursday. Oh, you're so nice. Appreciate that. 30 months. Giddy up. Wow. 30 months. It's been that long already. Been a minute. Thanks, Jeanette. What's up, Thor? Samo made it. How you doing, Cindy Crow? So, let's get to the next one. Now, that was fun for me. See, I enjoyed that because, you just say it, and it's true. These people believe what they say becomes the truth because they thought of it. You know what? I thought of something. This is the conversation they have. The only way they can do that, there's no propulsion. We don't see any means of an engine, nothing. But we can't see inside the craft. psychics. Huh? You can move this stuff with your mind. Dude, what are you smoking? Yeah, man. You like the shit, huh? You like the UFOs. Take a hit of this, you'll see better. And that's how things get, people come up with the loophole ideas. Oh. Ooh, you know what it is? Oh, we can, psionics. How about that, huh? Twist it, bop it, pull it. What? Push it. Push it real good. See, that's the thing. People are trying to relive their youth. Gary Nolan. This guy can't stop. He was with Jordan Peterson. There is something non-human here. It's been here a long time. He knows. Of course, he knows everything. Of course, he knows more than we do. I was told by someone representing the White House to shut the hell up because I was saying something which was too on the edge. Gary P. Nolan, and the P is not for professor, has never said anything that was too on the edge to be told to not talk. It's a lie. It's never happened. Because the day when it happened, he would have been bitching about it. Like they do on that side of ufology. Play the victim. Hey, it gets likes. It gets people looking. Well, I want to hear about this, though. Because, Gary, and this is a 3.5 minute clip. I don't know if I'll play it all. But he's on with Jordan Peterson. And Jordan Peterson is, I don't know, man. The guy's just, I don't know. Seems to be flip-flopping lately. I don't know. There's something non-human here, and it's been here a long time. And then we get into I was told by someone. Who? Someone representing the White House. Who is it? There's somebody representing the White House. What'd they tell you? To shut the hell up is what they told me. They did? Who was it? Someone at the White House. Why? Because I was saying something that was like on edge. What was it? On edge. Like, what do you mean? I don't know, but somebody at the White House. Who? Someone? Where? White House. Why? The edge. Wow, Gary. I've never known Gary P. Nolan to be on the edge of anything other than a cliff hanger. Sorry, I don't know. I was really reaching there. But I want to play this for you because Avi Loeb posted this on X. And if Avi Loeb posted it, no.
Is going on, and what this has done to you too. This has got to kind of come out of left field, so to speak, in a severe way. And so I imagine it's put a bit of a bump into your life. Maybe one that's mostly interesting, but still, it's to call it strange is to barely scrape the surface. Yeah. So what do you make of this?
That there's something non-human here. And it's been here for a long time, is my provisional conclusion. The question is not...
Why doesn't Jordan say, what makes you think they've been here a long time? This is what I mean. They just say stuff without any way to back it up with any knowledge. Just whatever. I want to hear details.
That people should ask is not... Is there something here? You have to ask the question first, can there something be here?
Can there something be here? Huh? Can something be here?
And the short answer is, of course there can, because the universe is 14 billion years old. You could have gotten from one side of the galaxy to the other in our galaxy in Elon Musk's Tesla if it were traveling at 10,000 miles an hour, right? But what got on in the first place doesn't mean the same thing as what gets off on the other side. So, yes.
Wait, what? What does that mean? Hold on.
So, yes, the short answer is something can be here. What it is, I'm not 100% sure, and I feel very uncomfortable with the sightings of biological beings, if only because they just look a little too much like us, And I just can't see from a genetics point of view why the human form is so, or even, 2 legs and 2 arms is necessarily biologically the most, successful shape. So I think there's something here. I think the data,
Guys, I understand what he said, but why? Why is he saying what he just said? Listen to this. No, seriously, this is important.
human form is so
About the form, right?
They just look a little too much like us. And I just can't see from a genetics point of view why the human form is so, or even, 2 legs and 2 arms is necessarily biologically the most, successful.
So he can't figure out why 2 arms and 2 legs and the rest of our genome. He thinks that, from what I just heard, that this is the most perfect way to be in existence in this form on this planet. That's what he's saying. Is like, this is supposed to be the most efficient and the best suited. 2 arms, 2 legs, stereo eyes, ears, 1 mouth, 1 nose, 2 nostrils, 1 esoph, 1 baho. But the weird thing is they put the male sex organ on the outside of the body. Well, they got to figure out a way to make it work, right? Why couldn't they come up with like suction cups or something? That would have been neat. I got a suction cup. You got a suction cup. We put our suction cups together and we just sit there and moan, right? Nobody's got to get tired. It just happens. I don't know. There's got to be like when you get older, right? You get tired, I guess. I don't know. I heard. I'm still a virgin.
Shape. So I think there's something here. I think the data, the evidence of the hypothesis, there's more than enough evidence to say that it's worth investigating. So I would ask my colleagues to just hold their sarcasm for a while, because how do you deny thousands of reports like this? I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but I mean, I did get a phone call from somebody representing the White House because I was talking about something that they felt.
When did he get Parkinson's disease? It sounds like he's pulling words. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to say the right thing, or he doesn't know what to say and he lost track of what he was saying and he's trying to say the right thing. But he's shaking all over it's a weird talk.
I don't want to sound conspiratorial, but I mean, I did get a phone call from somebody representing the White House.
He's a bobblehead.
I was talking about something that they
Nolan.
felt was a little too on the edge. They said, "You need to just shut up, Gary."
Bobble Gary.
I mean, I'm just telling you. I mean, I've briefed Canadian Parliament. I went to your Parliament in Toronto and I briefed all 3 parties on it.
Congratulations.
The only ones who didn't want to hear anything were the separatists. So interestingly, but no, I spent 2 days there on that. And we've briefed the European Parliament as well on it. And they're aware of what some of their own military are talking about. So that I conclude that there's definitely something here. But I think the more interesting conclusion is if something is here, it's likely been here longer than humans have even been civilized. So it really opens the question, and actually it's something that I think Charles Fort actually said, is, Earth is probably somebody else's property.
I have an idea. What if the reason they look like us, very close to us, what if it is us? But it was just It was a branch of humans that decided to leave our species, which looks very similar, leave us alone. And maybe the other species that may be us upgraded, and I don't know, maybe descendants of Atlantis, or a long forgotten or lost city civilization. And maybe these beings branched out, decided to do their own thing, stayed underground, had the technology they needed to survive, and have been living underground and left us alone while maybe wasn't safe on the top of the planet at the time, on the surface, on the top. Well, I don't know. It's like we can say alien all day long. I'm beginning to think the reason they look like us is because it is us. Just maybe an upgraded version. Maybe we went to war with them, or maybe we know 12,500 years ago there was, the comet, whatever, hit the north. Isn't that the Ice Age, Upper Dryas, and all that stuff? Isn't that around when it happened? In Atlantis, everything's. Oh, now there's a guy who says he found Atlantis. Yeah, I was gonna talk about it, but I'm not. That's for tomorrow. Yeah, says he found Atlantis. For now, every other year, somebody says. Even I've had emails from people claiming that they found Atlantis. Actually, a guy was really interested in coming on the show several years ago, 3 years. And I said, yeah, send me some stuff, and never did. I want to see one thing. Show me. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't want to show you because, what if, it gets out? And I'm like, so you're not going to show anything when you come on the show? Well, and then it just started to fall apart. I don't know. Something happened on PayPal. I don't know if anybody sent me anything. I'm having a hard time logging in with my fingerprint. Yep. Hold on, guys. I gotta wait 30 seconds. It should be here. Let's see if it's here. Oh, here it is. Nathan, $8.88. Thank you, man. I appreciate you doing that. Nathan from the Quantum Show. Appreciate you doing that, man. Yeah. Anybody match it? PayPal. Thanks a lot again, Nathan. A continuing supporter of Goof On. Good friend of the show. All right. Thanks again, man. I appreciate that. So Gary Nolan is certain they're old. They've been here a while before us. And they're in the ocean, he thinks. And I wonder, I didn't see him talk about the autoimmune response either, did you? No, he didn't. That's the new catchword. Autoimmune response, or catchphrase. That's the new one. Bernie Muro throwing down $2 as well. It's a Super Chat Thursday. Hey, man, thank you very much, Bernie. A continuing supporter of Goof On. Appreciate that. Bernie with the $2. All right, let's get to the next one. Now we're getting to the crazy stuff. Almost to Baba. So now we heard about the autoimmune response, right? Yeah, maybe we walk by or fly by or boat by and we trigger a response. Trigger, and they come out and they're looking around, sending out their spheres, their drones. Oh, that's so stupid. So then we saw Gary Nolan, Then Gary Nolan says, oh, they must have been here long before us. Maybe they look like us a little bit. I don't know. Maybe they're underground. Maybe, but probably in the oceans. Who knows? And now we've got Grusch telling Eric Burleson fact about tridactyls. So now we're going to learn a little bit more. See, Grusch tells Burleson that the large tridactyls found in Peru are similar to what he has seen. I'm sorry. They're similar to what he has seen, should have bigger news, but at this point I am not surprised. The thrill of this case, I'm sorry. I can't read. The thrill of this, it's exciting, it's all. That's what they're trying to say. The thrill of the chase is exciting to people, they're saying. So in this 48, I can't even read, even in there. Maybe I'm having a TI effect. Thanks, Bernie. What's up, Jammer Travels? Italian Pitbull, welcome to... All right, here we go. Gonzalo Chavez on X posted this clip. Go.
I was there to see that. Also, we had reports that there was mummies that were found in Peru that were alien
the mummy
mummies.
dummies.
And whenever I spoke with David Grusch, who was the whistleblower from the Pentagon that studied this stuff, I was actually probably not going to go because I thought that there's no way that that's real. And he recommended that I do because he said that based on the physiology of what he's seen in some of these mummies, not all of them, some of them are faked, but some of the mummies that exist in Peru, that based on the physiology, they are congruent with what he has seen in briefings in his former role. At the end of the day, I was there to see that.
Isn't that interesting? Earth flip 12,000. I don't know if that's true. Yeah, maybe it is. I know one thing, that there's a lot of North Poles moved a lot. Have you heard? Yeah, it's weird. It's like really off. And it's almost like they're, what is it called? Crust slip displacement or something like that. The top of the Earth's crust, the top layer, it basically is on, I can't even, I don't know, like it could slide right off, is what they were saying. Like it's kind of like that. It's made of, like, we're sitting on liquid, basically. If I can speak. I can't speak tonight. Blood sugar's good. I ate plenty. I wonder why. I'm trying to think. It's got to be the heroin. Can you imagine? All right. Now, Burleson talks about those tridactyls. Grusch and Burleson talked about that. Next, the insectoids. The insectoids. Yeah, they're beings. They have a dark side, seeming to perform psychic surgery on some DMT users. Aliens are already here. They are intelligent, but have a dark side and operate on us. Dr. Andrew Gallimore, who has a PhD, was in biological chemistry and has studied, waiting. Oh, I got to read all. Yeah, this is good. He has studied computational neuroscience, said he encountered these beings firsthand after being transported to a hyperdimensional world teeming with intelligent life forms. Unlike earthly creatures, these beings, ranging from insectoids to godlike figures, seem to exist in a space that defies our three-dimensional It defies our three-dimensional understanding. Gallimore's encounters with these alien intelligences have convinced him that they are not mere drug hallucinations, but may represent a genuine presence accessible through DMT. So he's saying if you take that drug, DMT, it's very possible you could interact legitimately with beings. So it's kind of like dream world in reality, right? You're almost, is it dream world? Are you going into that same hole? for lack of a better term. Are you going through that same experience when you do DMT? Is it like dreaming? Are you going to the same place? I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I know there's been some science done. Some research has been done with DMT and what happens to the brain neurologically. But I didn't expect to talk about all that, so I don't have it in front of me. Well, the consistency of these visions among DMT users, I mean, it's really similar what people go through. Unlocking this hidden world where these advanced intelligences await, potentially holding answers to their purpose on Earth. So they're just sitting there, chilling, waiting for people to do DMT and, hello, Mr. Alien? Yeah, we got one from Peru. Yeah, you want to talk to him? You talk. Hello? Is this the alien? I'm doing DMT. I'm supposed to meet a god or something. Yeah, this is the alien. Don't laugh. You're not supposed to laugh. No, I can't help it. Yes, Mr. Human. We are the gods. Are you pulling my leg? Yeah, we're pulling your leg. All right. Probably the most famous of all these multitudinous well, probably the most famous of all are these multitudinous giggling machine elf type beings and these very small creatures that operate in great numbers and are generally very lively, cheeky, jovial, mischievous, Gallimore revealed. So they're like jokesters, pranksters, clowns. They sing impossible objects into existence. That's what it says. They speak in some kind of visible language, he added. Meanwhile, the insectoid beings have a dark side, seeming to perform psychic surgery on some DMT users. Others, creatures, seemed more like gods, according to the scientist. It's impossible to put into words, but beings that seem to be constructed from more than 3 dimensions that are quite obviously inordinately more complex than any other kind of intelligent being that you are ever going to encounter in this universe. And I've got agita, I can't help it. This is crazy talk. So apparently you can take DMT. Joe Rogan has talked about this, where they've got the feeling of a godlike presence that felt very feminine. I wonder if that's psychological, if that's a psychological thing with men. Do women, the women experience the same thing. Yeah, it's weird. Now, you don't have to take DMT to speak to aliens. All you got to do is believe. Well, in yourself. Because Jake Barber now says, well, he's been saying it. He says, I retrieved UFOs, but now I can summons them on command for some reason. I'm paraphrasing the quoticus, but I got a 1.5-minute clip here of Jake the Snake Barber, Jake the Fake, talking about how he can summons them. Well, he doesn't really say how, but at the end, after all, like the last 10 seconds, he goes, I can summons them. And the guy goes, you can? And yeah, and that's it. You wait all that for that. Here you go.
A non-human craft.
Yes, I have.
Barber alleges he was a direct participant in a long-rumored secret UAP crash retrieval program. His testimony, which the Pentagon has confirmed it is investigating, describes not just seeing a craft, but actively working to recover it.
For everyone that's getting exposed to this right now, humble yourself from the perspective of what you consider believable.
Can you describe the retrievals?
I sit back at a separate location. I get just coordinates at the very last second. I get dispatched, I go there, and then en route from very short range out, maybe 5 minutes out, I get read a description of what it is I'm picking up. It's so real when you look at it. There's just flying a helicopter, come over a ridge, there's an egg sitting there and dudes sitting around on the ground, flashing you, calling you in.
He describes recovering a white egg-shaped object, a form that echoes some of the earliest UAP sightings dating back to the 1940s. For his team, the reaction was immediate. They all knew they were dealing with something extraordinary.
Since we've left the program and reorganized and are now working with Arrow, I can make the egg show up, and we have, and we've demonstrated it post-program, and we did it in August.
Oh my
He doesn't believe it. They did it in August, dude.
In broad daylight. At the moment we elicited the egg flies by in dead silence, moving at 10,000 miles per hour.
Bullshit. No. No. I don't think that they have that on video. I'm going to look. Yeah, I meant to look earlier. Jake Barber's UFO. Here we go. Let's see. Jake Barber's UFO sighting. Nope. Is this it? Nope. That's not it. No. Jake Barber releases. Nope, but they're not his. No. Let's see. No. No. Let's check this Coulthard on getting a session now. Whistleblower says he recovered. No. We are catching UFOs 100% on every try. Oh? Let me see this. I'm scanning. I want to see. Okay. All right, guys. I don't know if I got it, but let's take a look together. I think... You see, this is what bothers me about the military people. If you look at the people who have come in since 2017, look at David Fravor. David Fravor did a TV special with Discovery Channel, was in a few episodes showing him command his crew on the Nimitz or whatever it was back then, right? He wasn't in a plane. He was just, got his crew, and he was on a few episodes. He has TV experience. Perfect guy to take the reins of a story such as the Tic Tac and the dogfight and all that stuff, and then bring in Alex Dietrich, who looked like a deer in the headlights, and like she's even listening to the story like it's the first time she's ever heard it. I have to go along with this, and then all of a sudden she disappears a little bit because the heat and all that stuff. And then we have Ryan Graves, right? All these people have a lot of experience talking on camera, being very good as a people person, and could do very well if they ever had to convince people they're seeing UFOs, talking to UFOs. They know about certain things that are going on that they shouldn't talk about. They have to be convincing. And the best convincing people are the people who've already proven they can act. Or have maybe in high school, they were in a play or two. They have some sort of semblance of an acting career. I don't know. But they're good around the microphone and cameras. And that's why they were chosen. And that's why Jake Barber is doing what he's doing. This is his new thing. They told him, probably, we want you to say you have a psychic connection with the egg. And not only that, we want you to say you could summons them. Don't worry. Tell us the day you're going to do it. We'll make sure you see some. Could go like that. It could. Or Jake Barber makes the same mistake that, who was that one guy? Bircham? No. He is so bad. God. All right. It's, Michael told me who it was. Let's see. That was, and then I'm going to bring it up. I want to show you. What's his name? I can't believe this. That's weird. Why isn't it here? Well, hold on. This is I'm missing texts. This is so weird. What is that guy's name? Bingham. Bingham is his name, right? The guy, third phase of moon. Heard about this guy, Bingham. And I don't know if it was balloons or it was a hoax, but yeah, they showed up and there was a lot of people around. And then it got so bad when he couldn't see stuff, he was just calling anything UFOs, balloons. And it was so obvious. Bingham, what's his first name? Bingham, Bingham, Bingham. Michael Bingham, Dingham, Bingham. Jerry David Bingham? Brian Bingham? Bourgeois? It's so weird. I don't know what happened, why I don't see it. Because he told me his name. That's why I'm looking for it. But I think his last name is Bingham. Robert Bingham. It's got to be. I think it's Robert Bingham. I think I'm remembering. I'll look it up. I don't see any of it. In Tibetan, I know, usually I don't have these slow moments, right? It's okay. I'm going to play this clip for you. It's Robert Bingham, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Weird. I don't see the email where Michael told me it was Robert Bingham. Oh, he just called him Bingham. He didn't say, he said another Bingham. So I think it is Robert Bingham. It is. So let's do this. There's a thunderstorm coming in. Yeah, here it is. UFO Robert Bingham. Yeah, and this guy got so delusional that balloons, and he would fight you on it. He would get angry. This guy's got a mouth on him. He's very disrespectful. He's very desperate for attention. He's got to be the guy. I don't like him. I don't like the guy's attitude. Third phase, they have good things to say about him. So, but from what I've seen, I don't like what I see. Oh, I was going to play that Jake Barber video. Let me play that. I already played it. There was another one, though. No? No, that was Eric Burleson. So this is the problem, because what happens is these guys don't see UFOs every day, right? So then they got to figure out a way when they do go out and something shows up, they're going to call a balloon a UFO, a plane a UFO, this and that. They've got to. They're desperate. They need that win. Look.
Enjoy it, and there's more to come.
He calls these UFOs.
Best is yet to come. So thank you, and also don't forget, I'm having a free public.
I mean, are we serious here, guys? You know what I mean? I know the screen is smaller than usual, but I mean, this is the worst it can as it gets. It doesn't get any worse than this. This guy's the worst. Look at this, and both appendages are attached to the chest. This is not a multi-combination effect. No, those are strings, dill hole. I'm not going to waste your time with this. I can't. It's bad. Yeah, it's bad. All right. So here's Jake talking about capturing UFOs 100% of the time. Jake Barber. We're catching UFOs 100% on every try. Check it out. Here we go. And this is from Carl Crusher. 3 million.
Of UAP or UFOs. And not only that, that they have captured evidence of all 9 of those.
You talk about the hitchhiker effect, and I shared that most of my experience has been positive, but I haven't shared that stuff has followed me home.
There is a connection between the paranormal, UFOs, and the myths of ancient history. The clues are scattered across the landscape from a forbidden past, maybe even in your own backyard. There is a connection between the true nature of our reality, consciousness, and the unexplained. I'm Carl the Crusher. Let's explore the unknown.
Say word.
Jacob Barber, if you've been following this story, he was the one who was associated with the egg, this egg-shaped UFO that was underneath the tether of this helicopter, and that he has inside information about all of that as a private contractor working for companies like Lockheed Martin and Northrop Grumman.
That's funny, Dan.
And they were tasked as a group of special operators or command control
Eggheads.
For the United States Air Force. These are guys that are basically Delta Force operators and Green Beret Special Forces guys. And they are tasked to basically go out and capture these UFOs out in the field as they happen. So this is it. This is like what everybody's been waiting for. This whole conversation about what is the UFO crash program? What is the UFO crash recovery program? This is the conversation that's been going on since Roswell in Roswell, New Mexico. And now we've got insiders from the program allegedly coming out and claiming that not only were they a part of that program, but that it was successful. So successful that they have captured UFOs. They've captured 9 different types. And Jacob Barber is confident enough about this that he's making bold enough claims that his group Skywatcher is going to get that proof and bring it to the world. He claims that this is done through a type of meditation or psionics, where they can do like a meditation or remote viewing where they can summon the UFOs, and then the psionic asset actually takes control of the craft, brings it down to the ground and lands it, and then they can capture these UFOs.
All right, I'm putting it out there right now. If Jake Barber can summons a UFO in front of me, we'll give him a free t-shirt. You know? I would bet my life that, and if I had real money, I would put at least $10,000 on the table and say, look, I want proof, and I'll give you 10 grand if you could summons a real UFO. Nothing, oh, it was a dot, and oh, we don't know what it was, but you saw it, it came by. No, we can't have anything that looks like a satellite. We can't have anything that acts like a drone. We can't have anything that looks like flares or a Chinese lantern. We can't. We need it to look like it's supposed to look. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because when you claim you can summon UFOs, do you think that Robert Bingham's balloons is legitimate? He does. And believe it or not, he's got a following of a lot of thousands of people who believe him. This is why I like to talk about it and bring awareness to people that are doing it wrong and actually lying to the people who want to believe so much. They're borderline gullible, desperate, and, well, like us. I want it too, man. But I'm not going to, just suspend my belief, just because I want to believe. And Robert Bingham has done that to people. He's triggered them into believing he's right because he's so convincing to them. No. This is the way it is. The sky is red. It's not blue. It isn't. They're tricking you. Trust me, it's red. It's not blue. You think it's blue, but it's not. So you're telling me my lying eyes are wrong? That, the sky isn't blue? Yeah. All right. I believe you. I believe it's red, but it looks blue. No, it doesn't. Yes, it doesn't? No, I guess it doesn't. Yeah, I see a little tinge of red in there. It's almost like the Chinese martial arts experts who, for whatever reason, the people in the dojos go along with the 90-year-old man who can just flex his finger and people go flying across the room. Then they get into the octagon or the ring with the real professional boxer or whatever, and they get their asses kicked. This is that. This is exactly what they're doing. They're trying to get us to believe the Kung Fu master, the UFO guy, they are trying to really, literally brainwash you into believing Jake Barber can summon UFOs with zero evidence. Like, it's not even good evidence. Whatever evidence he has, it's not worthy of the UFO claim. Sad. Had high hopes with Jake Barber. But if you look at his name, Barber, what do you think of? A guy who's bald with the last name Barber? Something's wrong.
But in the most recent interview with Ross Coulthart, he goes on to describe this piece of technology that he nicknamed the dog whistle. This dog whistle allegedly uses some kind of frequency, like a transmitter, and he says that it works 100% of the time for attracting a type of UAP called the jellyfish. This jellyfish.
I forgot about this. Oh no. Oh, God almighty. He's going for it. It's an inside the park home run, guys. A rarity.
Fish
like the
UAP,
triple play.
He says will show up every single time they deploy this dog whistle technology. It's like a bird whistle or like, who knows, like chumming for sharks in the ocean. Every time they use this dog whistle, he is bold enough to make the claim that they can make it happen 100% of the time. And he's saying that so boldly that he's going to provide the evidence soon in new and upcoming videos on their YouTube channel, Skywatcher. They also talk about these other classifications.
I'm going to make a prediction. The evidence that Jake Barber is going to show whenever this happens, it's going to look like iridium flare satellites. You'll see. And if it doesn't look like satellite, because one of two things will happen with the Jake Barber shit. It's going to be very far away and very tiny and hard to see, so you don't know what it is. It could be anything. Or it's going to look like an iridium flare satellite going one, it'll get brighter. Oh, look, it's powering up as it passes by and it disappears. Or we get what looks like a drone. You know, you know, and all that stuff. Yeah, those are the three possibilities, because you never know what they're going to come up with. It could even be something totally different than what I'm thinking they're going to lie about.
Now, in the most recent interview with Ross Coulthart, he didn't actually come out and say what the 9 types of UFOs or UAP are.
Of course.
But I know from watching these other interviews that he's mentioned the egg UFO we know he's associated with, and that he's captured one of those before. We know there's the 8-gon or the octagon style one. We know there's these metallic spheres or orbs.
And the jellyfish.
That are like basically a little bit bigger than a basketball or a volleyball, and they're just made of metal and they fly around. The jellyfish one is another type.
Guys,
and then
think about it. I've been in ufology for 21 years. My first 6 years, I went absolutely apeshit, spent about 14 hours a day looking for stuff. In the busiest sky that has the most UFO activity of any state or any place on the planet. I got nothing. Nothing. Well, the fleet videos are really good, and a couple of the triangle ones, but nothing like this. No. Well, the funny thing is, Jake Barber just got here. Like, how long ago? 8 months ago? And he's got all this experience already and all these abilities that none of us, yet many of us, can attain for whatever reason. But he's got the gift. He's got that DNA. He wants you to believe he could talk to egg-shaped UFOs. He wants you to believe, brainwashing you, that he could summons in with this little dog whistle that he dubbed other UFOs. Like this one here. So adorable.
there's certain anomalous ones that appear to be like they're living or living entities or shape-shifting of different types. Also, we have the classic Tic Tac UFO. That has been one that is also on the list that Jacob Barber has talked about as being a legitimate thing. So we're going to have to wait and see if all of this is real. But this is where I've got to be honest, because I have...
Oh, you mean you weren't honest till now? This is where I got to be honest, he says. I'm giving you a hard time, bro. This guy does a good job, actually. He's pretty good.
So we're going to have to wait and see if all of this is real. But this is where I've got to be honest, because I have actually worked in the past with one of Jacob Barber's psionic assets before. I've used this type of meditation before, where we actually attempted to summon UFOs in the sky, and we had success. And we did capture something on night vision. Now, it's really easy to debunk anything that you see up in the sky, because it could be a satellite. There's tons of junk and space debris, and you've got the International Space Station flying around up there.
Look,
and now,
you know,
Starlink, and that.
I appreciate the effort. I do. You know, I see it. It's okay. They're trying. But please, let's not get crazy and say we captured and controlled a UFO with our mind using the psionics method, blindfolded, brainwaves, yada yada. Because I would think people would buy into it and believe when they see this.
Gets confused all the time, so you
that's
have
going
to know what
very
you're doing.
slow,
but Jacob
even
Barber's
for a satellite.
Team, a Skywatcher, is deploying advanced technology, advanced radar systems, and detection systems, and thermal imagers, night vision, and like phased array type systems that can capture the actual evidence, like gamma waves, infrasound, all kinds of stuff. And some of his team members secretly have even contacted me about possibly collaborating with our modular unidentified phenomena alert system program and being able to use and deploy some of those systems, because this phenomena is not just up in the sky. Allegedly, there's attributes to this where it follows you home, which sounds a lot like the hitchhiker phenomena from Skinwalker Ranch.
And where's the evidence of being followed? We never get to see that at all.
Walk outside, look at the sky, open your heart, and ask for the good energy of the universe to show something to you. And it's that simple. Like,
no, it's not. It's not.
Stuff can happen in our experience. Just
Guys, if it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. It's not. I'm telling you, this guy is full of crap. Full of it.
by doing that. You talk about the hitchhiker effect, and I shared that most of my experience has been positive, but I haven't shared that stuff has followed me home and that my family sees it. We have stuff.
Why? Why would you have held that back until now? You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense. Does that make sense to anybody? Well, he wanted to keep his family safe. From what? It's already there. It's already doing the damage. It doesn't make any sense. The reason they brought it up now is because they figured, oh, we forgot. We could add this to the story. That's why somebody brought it up, said, you know, you add this to the story, it even sounds more credible. No shit. Yeah, it does sound good. All right, I'll memorize it. Thank you. And he's got a dead, and he's got a psionics.
Show up over our house. We have a UAP we call the Angel that shows up, and it looks like it has aura wings. It's blue, and it comes in.
Oh my God, guys. That's the camera effect. It's out of focus. It's the brightness of that object against, oh my God. What kind of camera, what kind of setting? Is that a night vision? Is it a night option or something like that? It's out of focus. I've seen that 100,000 times in my own hand. I've done it myself.
Materializes, hangs out over the house. It's seen by neighbors. It's seen
Oh
by
my
everybody,
God.
and then it's gone. It shoots into outer space.
It shoots into outer space, he says. Do you think we see that? Let's
classic,
see.
the wings that describes a seraphim, you know, like an ancient kind of Hebraic.
Let's see it go into outer space,
And
my
so- I mean,
friends.
it makes sense.
Did you see that? It just stopped everything, and his face showed up. That's how you know it's bullshit. When you don't see the shit, they want to show you what?
But who knows?
I know.
We'll see on this whole YouTube channel and on my YouTube series. You guys have seen how I've been going out into the field and experimenting with all of this.
Good for
And
you,
everywhere that we go, if we go to the Grand Canyon, if we go back up around Skinwalker Ranch, or even right here in my backyard out in Warner Valley, we have been attempting to do these psionic meditation methods to summon a UFO. And what's actually happening here with Jacob Barber making these bold claims is...
Okay. All right. You got me. Tomorrow morning, before the sun comes up, I will record myself doing the psionics technique. It's trying to summon UFOs. Hopefully I'll be healthy. I should be. I think I want to prove myself wrong. Can you imagine if I do this and it shows? I'm going to do it. I have to. I bet you this. I bet you this. I bet you I'll do it 5 times and still not see anything. Still not see a UFO. I know one thing about 5 a.m., 4 a.m. If the sky is clear, I've already done it. I will see anywhere between 5 and 20 satellites. It's crazy how many I can see. And they're usually right overhead. A little bit to the west, but you know where that divider line is, so.
Essentially turning it into a sort of a race, an independent race.
I don't know what to
say. Where now the cat is out of the bag and he's starting to reveal these methods of how they capture the evidence of these UFOs. If they can do it with this whole technology called the dog whistle and also these types of meditation techniques, then apparently anybody who is savvy could figure it out, could find the right frequencies or tones, come up with their own system, and do the meditation and make contact first.
Wait, is the guys? Is there an app for the dog whistle? How do I know what tone to use? Is that what I do?
It's entirely possible that someone like me on a solo field expedition could make contact and film a UFO even before Jacob Barber's team. But I think that that's what Jake is not afraid of. I think that they have the right equipment, the right mindset. And so far, to me, the whole program and everything that they're talking about is really validating, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And honestly, I would love to go out and work with them on some of these projects. But it's making big and bold claims. And at this point, Jacob Barber and the Skywatcher team is going to have to actually catch one of these on camera so clear that it's going to have to come down and land on the ground. They're going to have to be able to go up and make contact with this thing and get full proof and high definition.
Wow. Thank you. What's his name? Carl Crusher. That was the greatest thing I've heard anybody say other than me. Because that is exactly what needs to happen. It's very rare. I didn't think he would say it. I want to play that again.
One of these on camera so clear that it's going to have to come down and land on the ground. They're going to have to be able to go up and make contact with this thing and get full proof and high definition.
Period. I love it. I'll put the link to these videos I'm playing tonight in the show description. I want to play Third Phase of Moon's video last night because there's a sighting on there. We'll get to it. The whole thing is pretty good. Well, there's a couple of things that are really, really good. So we'll just play the episode like I normally do. I know we're on a smaller screen than normal, but you know, the algorithm needs to be switched, changed, messed with. I need to keep, keeping things different. Sorry. Welcome back. Blake Cousins here with Third Phase and Brent.
So y'all think I'm tripping?
Oh, this bothers me.
Plane been sitting like this for a minute, but when I go zoom in, my phone does this. But when I zoom out, it does this. We're living in some weird times, and that fucking plane or whatever it is been sitting like that for a minute, bro. And
so I figured out what that is, I think.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, and you've got...
So it looks like an airplane. It's going from left to right. I know the screen is small. It won't get any bigger no matter what I do. And what I think this is an advertising banner that's being pulled by an airplane. Rich, why can't we see the airplane? That is such a good question. I'll tell you why. Because it is small and it's out of focus. That's a good question. It really isn't out of focus. I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought maybe it was a banner. But now that I see it on the big TV, I don't see the little airplane. But it's possible you don't see the Cessna that's pulling this thing. And usually the banners are about the size of the airplane. So I'm surprised we don't see it unless, my peeps, I just realized it. Why this object looks like it's going so slow? Because it's moving away diagonally. And here it is. You can see the bulk. That's got to be the airplane in the front. And it's just the angle. It's just the angle of the video.
My brother Brent, we're looking at the phenomenon right now.
I believe that it is going in a diagonal. Actually, that does look like an airplane in here.
In Arizona, February.
And because I lived in Arizona for 43 years, they do that over there over South Mount.
February 9th, just moments ago. Guys, we want to get your thoughts on this one. It's interesting. When he focuses in on the UFO, it seems that his camera's malfunctioning. Guys, what's your thoughts on this one?
I really
Yeah,
don't
Blake,
know.
that's a pretty good close-up. We're zooming
honestly,
in.
I mean, I
is
know what
this
I
thing?
said, but I really don't know. It's weird. Why? And why does his phone, when he tries to zoom in a certain percentage, it gets fuzzy? See? I'm trying to remember if I had a phone that did that. Like, if you go too far, like, he might have it set that if you go into digital, this is what happens. So he may have it set on the optical mode where if it touches into digital, it won't give you anything. It forces you to stay in optical zoom. That's why you can't zoom in anymore, because that's as far as the optics can go before it gets digitized, falsified, and imaginized.
Look at that. It goes out of focus when he's trying to focus in on this object in the sky, an unknown UFO in broad daylight. What the heck is going on here, guys?
Word.
We've got a lot of videos in this episode. Buckle up, but we're looking at this one. We want to hear your comments. All right, let's pull the next one up right now. Guys, take a look at this.
No. Oh, yeah, look at this. Could it be A-I-E-I-U? O-A-A-E-I-O-U? Could it be C-G-I-A-I-O-U-1? O-U-812? Van Halen, 1984? No, that was 1984. But wasn't OU812 on that? The last song, side 2? I don't remember. This is a weird one. Could it be kites? Could it be parachutists? Could it be a UFO? Could it be Eleganzo? He finally blew up and turned into a balloon. Alessandro.
All right, let's roll this once again. We have 3 stationary objects almost slowly descending. I'm not exactly sure, guys. What's your thoughts on this one?
I like what Blake just did there, and he goes, let me explain to you what I think I see here. Guys, what do you think?
They almost look like upside down pyramids, especially the one in the center, Brent.
Yeah, I like them. They seem to be all connected as they descend over the city there. This is pretty incredible footage.
I like it when we get a close-up on these 3 objects. Again, they stay in close proximity, but they're not undulating or drifting from one another. It seems that they're communicating.
What? It seems like they're communicating? Did you see a mouth? Like a fish? Did you see sign language? How do you get that? Come on, man. Oh, they're in synchronicity. They must be talking to each other. How do you figure? Nobody can stay that synchronized, Johnny, unless they're talking to each other. Do you think they're intelligent? Well, if they're keeping in perfect formation, they probably are intelligent. Thanks for your input. All right, next.
It's not a balloon.
No, how could that be a balloon? It looks nothing like it. This is a good one, though. Watch, though.
What is that?
It's a balloon! Oh, I'm sorry.
What is that? See, it's the original size.
She already said it's not.
What is that?
It's not a balloon.
What is it?
It's not a balloon.
Okay. It's
The
going
loons
faster
don't
now.
hover like that. They don't move like that.
What is that?
Like they're in the wind.
It's like no drone I've ever seen.
Right? No drone that I've never seen neither. The dog said,
What is it? Anyone have any clue what this is?
who is that? Cindy.
They're here.
Idiot. 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 They're here. No, it's they're back. And that's poltergeist. Open your eyes. My doctor that I have to go see every 7 months for the weed. When he talks to you with his eyes closed. So I was like, fuck it. I know what you mean, doc. And he goes, why are your eyes closed? And I go, weren't yours? He's, no. And I'm like, you're messing with me, huh? Your eyes were closed. They were? I'm like, this is definitely the weed shop. I don't want to play this video no more. All right, the next one is the one I've been waiting for. In the thumbnail, you see it. There's two objects. They're white. They have privilege, and they're flying with impunity. That's their white privilege. As a UAP investigator, I see a lot of white privilege with these UFOs. Flying around, acting like they can go wherever they want. I'm messing around. It's never been a thing. There was no such thing as white privilege 20 years ago. All right, so let me pull this. What am I? Oh, the next video. Yeah, this is amazing. So this is a really good video. I wouldn't waste your time. Check this out. I know it's a little difficult with the smaller screen this evening, but please try your best. I think you'll appreciate this one because I have no explanation. Really. There's one explanation, and that this is in reverse, and the object actually fell out of it and went straight down. And this could be reversed. And we're seeing it in reverse. How do I know? I don't know.
All right, let's roll this once again. Look at this. An object.
It could be reversed.
Is heading up to another UFO. We've got two UFOs. One docking with some kind of mothership captured on film in broad daylight. This is incredible footage.
That's crazy. Does anybody know what it could be? Rex Gasolina. Third grifter of the moon. Of the moon. I don't know. Oh, could it be Jake Barber and the crash retrieval team gathering up an egg? Very good, Dan. I wish. That would be cool.
Look at that. It just docked. This took place in Texas, and we're looking at something amazing right here. What a great capture.
Air-to-air refueling. But, my friend, how did it go back up like this? How did it go in and dock that way? Harriers don't do this. Do they? It didn't, and it would be loud.
Right, we're going to get a close-up of this transition between two objects. One of them stationary in the sky, the other one attaching to it. I've never seen anything quite like this, and we're redeeming this 100% legitimate footage. What the heck's going on here, guys?
I don't know. If you guys want to help support Truthology for Ufology, all the links
Once
are in
again,
the show
we're
description.
looking at
Super chat, super
this
sticker, PayPal, Cash App.
amazing capture in Texas of something totally unknown. Where's the major media? Why aren't they speaking about this? This is in your face. I think it's ET in nature. I don't know. Is this
GTFOH? Get the frigonometry out of here. ET. Now, I want to show you something, and I'm being serial. There's a little light that does flash here, and when it goes up closer, there's flashing on the outside here, and also in here. I don't know what's a flashing, but I'll go frame to frame. See what we can see. This is very strange. Look right here. You'll see. Oh, what the? It disappeared. Watch this. Look at all that action going on. Isn't that weird? It is bizarre. So when you look at this, a few things come to mind. Balloons come to mind. Right? Could this be balloons? Look at this. Look at, I've recorded balloons. Did you see that? Something popped up top. There it is again. There it is again. There's some funkiness here on the bottom right. I'm going frame to frame here. I mean, it's weird. And then here comes Mr. Bill's dog. And on the left side of this thing, it's got, now I don't know if it's spinning, reflecting the sun, but look at, you get some weird action on the left and on the right. This is just bizarre. If you go frame by frame, to me it looks like it's balloons that are being whipped around. They're connected in such a way that there's a short connection and the balloons are just bouncing off. So they're bouncing and bouncing and bouncing because the string is so short. And the balloon could be really full that the slightest wind just bobbada, 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 bobbada. You know, no bra to keep them in check. Look at the left. I mean, that's why I think what I'm seeing on the sides are balloons just out of focus, moving around slightly, if not somewhat vigorously with every breeze. The one thing that fascinates me, though, is how horizontal it's staying, how stable. This object isn't leaning over, tipping, tilting, turning. I don't know any balloon apparatus that could do it this way unless it had help. So maybe, my friends, maybe what we don't see is a drone in the middle. So what we're seeing is head on, but it's bigger in the back with a hole in the middle. There could be a drone in there. That's why we see stuff going on in the back. It could lift this thing up if it had some sort of retracting device. Maybe that's what's going on. What do they call those?
The major media.
You know? It is extremely difficult to keep balloons in this manner. It is nearly impossible. I've tried it. I couldn't do it. You can't. It's so hard. You need a really well designed apparatus that you have even distribution of the balloon's weight, the helium, everything. And oh my God, one wrong move. Because when they tried to imitate my humanoid that went straight like it was on a zip line, theirs kept going over, tilting and going up and down, backwards, forwards. They couldn't replicate it no matter what they did. They even bought something that was shaped like an alien because they couldn't get balloons to make the same shape. And it wasn't balloons anyway. It was something wearing an apparatus. That's another story. But this is very strange, my guys. Look. Could it be a bigger object than what we think? Look, it kind of slowed up right there. And now it's going to get sucked in. Watch around it, though. Good camera work. Here we go. It's taking forever to get in there. I've hit it 50 frames already. Whoops. It's undulating. It's kind of weird. Here it goes. This is unbelievable. If this is a drone in the middle, how is it sharing space with this object? I don't know how that's a drone in the middle of that thing. I gotta be wrong. This is a UFO. I don't know what it is. It looks like a bikini. Yeah, it kind of does. Looks like a piece of plumber's flux. Yeah, could be. They could be using a tractor beam. Ooga booga sphere. Yeah, it could be that. It could be a cluster of booga spheres. Yes, chicken coop, confidential. Could it be Bouncing Betty Ball, Tom DeLongo video from a little while back, the craft similar? Maybe? No, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, trying to rationalize it. Yep. Yeah, that is funny. And if it is ET, it even makes it funnier. You're right. Did they capture it? No. I don't think so. The only video shown is with the object already in flight. So this is all. Yeah, very interesting comments. You guys are a lot. You guys are a freaking riot. A laugh riot.
Is this some Black Ops project, or is this ET? Non-human intelligence?
Yeah, Blake, the major media can't handle the truth. That's what third phase is
So
here
weird.
for, showing you the best UFOs.
Oh, wait, that was from the ground. Wait, hold on.
Some Black Ops project?
Hold
or
on,
is
I
this
want to get this.
ET?
The instant it switches over.
Non-human intelligence?
Yeah, Blake,
Come
the
on.
major media can't handle the truth. That's what.
This. Okay, so this is where we see it. All right, I'm going to go one frame at a time. So there is a bank or something here. Okay, here it is. I know it's hard to see, guys, but it's right here. I'm looking for the other object. This is the big one right here. I'm looking down here. There it is right here. So it's really just by this crane. It's low, like really low. And now it's going up. See it now? It was a little bit lower, but here it goes. Oh, wow. That is so cool. It really might be a UFO. A real UFO after all this. See, and the thing that I was telling you
UFOs
guys
on the planet, just watch it.
is we're going to dismiss a real UFO and call it BS, balloons, or whatever. This may be one of those. So let's not dismiss it. See, maybe there's other video cameras, recordings of it.
Again, I don't need to say anything about this. This is great stuff here.
This is great. It really is. I have no explanation. Unless it's reversed, unless it's backwards.
All right, there you go, folks. And that was the original, once again, just the raw footage you've seen.
That's true. Chicken Coop Confidential says if it's Black Ops, well, they're not doing a very good job hiding it. Yeah, right. Like, why are they going to do it right in the middle of a rural, semi-rural town, Texas, right? Waxahachie. I know where that is. That's in Texas. That's funny. It's true, though. Yeah. I don't think it's Black Ops. It's unexplainable. For all we know, that could be a new sort of blimp advertising banner they're testing out for the store right there.
Seen it. Leave us your opinions. Amazing in ours. Something's going on.
One
More
more,
footage
one more.
just in. Watch.
Oh, I didn't watch this.
Yeah, but that, you know, that Android, that Android I got gonna show better. Boy, that shit just sitting there. I told they gonna come about that storm.
All right, we got lights in the sky. Once again, multiple objects illuminating. They're shocked. You could hear it in their voice. We're going to watch this.
Oh, yeah, I did see this. I don't remember what I said. It's weird.
Once again, guys, we want to get your thoughts.
I don't know what this is. Okay.
At first, I thought it was a reflection off the window, but we could clearly see that these guys are actually watching something outside. You could hear them saying these things are just stationary in the sky.
Okay. So in Arizona, depending on where you are in Phoenix, I lived about 20 miles from the airport. However, planes would line up 40 to 70 miles outside off the city and line up coming in from the east. They go all the way out to the California border, Arizona border, and they make a U-turn, and then they line up for what they called their 30-mile runway, because you're very low in the sky and all the planes line up, and sometimes you'll have 4, 5, maybe even 6, and they all look like they're almost on the same flight plane, but the one all the way in the front's just a little bit lower than the one in behind it, then that one's a little bit lower than the one, you know, and you can't see that 30 to 60 miles away. This is what that looks like. It looks like planes are lining up to come in to whatever airport they got to go to. Maybe they're going around a weather system, downburst, because in Arizona we had the dust storms. So when the dust storms would come in, the planes would be rerouted to a route that people normally wouldn't see. It was used for emergencies. So maybe once every other year, you would see this alignment and people would lose their freaking minds. Oh, look at all these UFOs. They're not UFOs, they're airplanes. You could even see the blinking lights. This one here, they're out of focus. And that's exactly what they did in Arizona too. They wouldn't get them. They couldn't get them in focus. So to them, it just looked like discs in the sky.
Yeah, but like pretty badass footage. You can see other people filming. I would like to acquire that as well, just to get more of the outline of what went on tonight. But again, look at this as it's coming in right now.
Some people might say it's Starlink. I don't think so.
Definitely not Starlink.
But once again, the people on the ground, multiple eyewitnesses capturing the phenomenon. Something's going on in our skies. It's incredible.
Yeah,
more videos, distance to third phase of moon. We've got.
How many skies are there to say plural? Right? What's going on in our skies? I know. Everybody does it. I even accidentally do it. I try not to, but it's what's going on in the sky. What's going on in the sky over New York? Not what's going on in New York in their skies. It's like they have more than one. It's a pet peeve of mine. All right. Well, we're never going to find out what this is, but this last one, I have to show it because I have a recording of the same exact thing, and I think mine's an airplane. And here you go.
Authentic footage. We've got the smoking gun right here. They exist. The triangular craft.
That
I'm not seeing any FAA lights on this. There's something.
Now, they say you don't see the FAA lights. You will.
In our skies, and I got a feeling this is reverse engineered
There we go.
technology.
I just saw the red one right there.
Just like the Tic Tac.
There it goes.
Lockheed Skunk Works written all over it.
Now, there you go. That's the plane. The tail's right here. The wings are there. Cockpit there. Not that hard.
Yeah, Blake, pretty cool footage. We don't see any, again, like you said, FAA lights, anything of the sort, but we do see that pulsing red light right in the middle, which people have said and stated when
well,
they
then I must
the
have a
TR3B.
TR3B
Is this
on
what
video.
we're looking at?
Then. Wait, I can hear it. You can hear the airplane. You can hear the engine. Look, I'll go back a few seconds. If you got a headset on, you'll hear it.
But we do see that pulsing red light right in the middle, which people
100%.
have said and stated when they encounter the TR.
Those distance.
Listen.
I'm not seeing any FAA lights on this. There's something in our skies, and I got a feeling this is reverse engineered technology, just like the Tic Tac. Lockheed Skunk Works written all over it.
Yeah, Blake, pretty cool footage. We don't see any, again, like you said, FAA lights, anything of the sort, but we do see that pulsing red light right in the
Why am
middle,
I so
which
stupid?
people have said and
Well,
stated when
I'm a
they
whiny
encounter the
little
TR3B. Is this what we're looking at?
I have that same exact thing. I can pull it up. I'm gonna put. I put that video, third phase of moon video, in my show description already in there. Hold on a second. All right, I'm gonna pull up my video of my TR3. Oh yeah, you'll be able to see it. Huge triangle on video. I think this is it. No, that's not it. You're gonna love what we do to you. Oh, man, do I miss going out. Oh, that's right. Now, tomorrow morning, I am going to try to do the psionics, but do I know what I'm doing? I don't know if I know how to do it. I'll have to look it up. I'll record it, and then, I'll show it. I'll make a video out of it. I actually have this bird video I need to finish. I'm such a jagoff. Oh, I don't know where it is exactly. It's on my old website, so I'm looking for it. By the time I find it, nobody's going to care anymore. And that's that. I think it's on the very first page, and oh wait. And I am being safe, so I'm going to go to the first page where my instincts tell me it is. Here we go. Let's see if it's here. That's not. Oh my God. That's the Rob. I have the Rob Krakowski video on my channel. Didn't even. Oh, what's happening? Oh, here we go. I didn't know I had this on here. This video's a hoax. And Rob Krakowski sent it to MUFON, and they gave it the UFO Video of the Year award, and it was two cars on a mountain during a dust storm. Rob skewed with everything, the video, gave it some noise, made it look a little less real. I'll show you the video in a minute. Let's see. Here, I think it's right here. Yeah, well, sad. And then when I was talking to Schuessler, I believe it was. Oh, wait. No. He goes, I'm very disappointed, being that such and such, is a friend who's trying to do this. And I'm like, but he's lying to you. I was there. He told me what he's doing. All right, I think I got it. It's got to be right here. It's the last page. Triangle. I think this is it. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think this is it. Oh, wait. No, this isn't it. It's not it. That is so bizarre. Hold on. It's got to be in this page. It's coming up. Lots of chemtrails. UFOs or weird looking plane. That's not it. It's triangle. Come on. Here it is. Okay. A must-see triangle. Strange lights. Here we go. Now you won't be able to hear anything, but that's okay. The light configuration doesn't match that of a plane's, I said. This is evident as the lights pass by the stars and the tail end of this object stretches out diagonally while it's moving. What I found out was it was the plane turning, and it was giving me a different perspective of the lights. It's a very interesting learning experience. Let me show you again. But that's not the whole video, but so it looks very similar, right? Very similar to that other one we just watched. You'll see it'll look more similar in a second. Now it's turning. There goes the star it went by. Now look. It looks more like that other object, doesn't it? Now watch. I can hear it. There it is. A little out of focus. You can see just like his UFO or his triangle, the red dot in the middle. You don't see. Now, here's something that's interesting. We've seen this without the red light. You get the objects, and then there's one missing. I forget what they call that. It's like a fallen comrade formation, I think, because that's the comrade who died. So they fly with him missing. Is that what we're seeing? Some sort of memoriam? I don't know. But I could hear it. Looks just like what we just saw. Anyway, just another good learning lesson. I don't know if that was the TR-3B. I don't know. But this is why you keep footage and everything you have, even if you're not sure. You think it's an airplane. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a test plane from Lockheed Martin. That about wraps it up for tonight. Yeah, thank you for hanging out. Is there anything else? Wait. Yeah, we talked about that, right? Be a whistleblower, lie about summoning UFOs, and make a career as a liar for the government. The first 45 minutes, you could watch all about what I said regarding Jake Barber and his claim that he can summon UFOs. He's no better than you or I. I think there's a lot of tomfoolery going on with this guy. He's got to make his career now. He's got to solidify now. He's got to be interesting enough that you'll want to pay him $5,000 to speak for an hour. Something like that. All right, we'll be back. What is today? Thursday? This is Goof On, right? So tomorrow, this is what's going to happen. I'm doing Rich Saves America at 2. And then we'll be doing this at 7. Normal. I'm just adding Rich Saves at 2 o'clock. I am going to do audits in the morning. So hopefully I won't conk out at 2, but it should be fun. All right. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thank you, moderators and super chatters. Thank you for your love. You can still help support Goof On and Rich Saves America with the super chat, super sticker. All the links are in the show description, PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for your help. And thank you, newcomers and veterans, keeping this a very fun and interesting chat room and a place to be for a few hours. Appreciate that kind of help. And if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. That's for damn. We do truthology for ufology. We do it for you. Calm down there, Rocky. All right, we'll see you guys on the flip tomorrow, 7 p.m. right here for Goof On. All right? All right. Take me out of here. Where are you? Lucian? Lucian. Where art thou, Lucian? See you guys. Alien bless. Hey, good.
Fist of stone, the weight of sin. You broke me in, you let it begin. Heart turned cold, chains that bind, left me bleeding, no peace to find. Broke me in, broke me down, shot us all, hit the ground, echo scream, no safe sound. Broke me in, broke me down. Winds howl deep across my bones. You carved your name, I'm left alone. Scars like rivers, burning bright. In your shadow, I lose the fight. Broke me in, broke me down, shattered soul, hit the ground. Echo scream, no safe sound. Broke me in, broke me down. Steel strings wail.